Light is on. Racing in the Cup. Sub-Zero, one of the first ones out of the gates was Silk Ali, who crosses over to the fence in front of his arm first, and Vintage Crop. Then came Field Officer. Wider out was Drum Taps. He's racing handy to the lead, as is Marrakesh. He goes around them out wider, followed by Frontier Boy. Next, Tiaco Nick, and out Pompey's 4 wide with the Phantom, and they were followed by Fra. Getting back was Cavalieri from Dancing Lord, Air Seattle. Out Tristolites midfield with Slight Chance, and Castletown goes back to the rear of the field now with Azam Mercator, and the mare Diamond Base is last of all. Down the straight the first time, and going to the lead is Fra. Fra by a length and a half to the stablemate Marrakesh, and now Tiaco Nick goes up to be second. The Phantom was fourth, and out Tristolite the Grey was 3 wide. Then Drum Taps on the outside of Vintage Crop, and out Pompey 3 deep. They were played by Slight Chance. A half a length further back, then to Young Pirate. Then Silk Ali on the rails. Frontier Boy slipping around them at 4 wide now, and then came Field Officer. Over on the inside, Tennessee Jack, and then came Cavalieri out of the straight. Ultimate Aim 3 off the rail, tracked up by Air Seattle. Then Great Vintage and Dancing Lord, 1 length away Castletown. Then came Azam Mercator, and Diamond Bases was last of all as they head to the back of the track. They have 2,000 metres left to travel along the Maribyrnong side of the track. And Tiaco Nick in front, 3/4 of a length. Frontier Boy was second, 1.5 to Fra. The Phantom fourth on the outside, then Marrakesh the rails. A half to Drum Taps, getting 1 off the rails. 3 wide was out Tristolite. Then Silk Ali racing inside Vintage Crop. Out Pompey was 3 deep. Then Young Pirate on the outside of Tennessee Jack. Out wider was Slight Chance, and then Field Officer. Last year's winner Sub-Zero, a bit worse than midfield on the inside. Ultimate Aim was 3 deep, and then Great Vintage the centre. Dancing Lord the inside. Cavalieri hooked out almost 4 wide. Then came Azam. On its inside, Mercator, a half to Air Seattle, Castletown, and 2 lengths away last of all Diamond Bases, and she is 15 lengths off the leader, Tiaco Nick. 1,300 metres to go on the Foster's Melbourne Cup. Tiaco Nick by 1 length to Frontier Boy. 3 lengths away third was the Phantom on the outside of Fra. They were followed by Drum Taps, edging closer on the outside of Marrakesh. Vintage Crop behind them, and they were followed down on the inside by Silk Ali. Out Tristolite was deep. Tennessee Jack sneaking up on the inside as they approach the bend. Young Pirate wide, followed by Sub-Zero, 1 off the rail, Dancing Lord the inside. Field Officer was deep, and then Great Vintage. Ultimate Aim, Mercator, well back in the field, Cavalieri. Then came Azam. Further back as they come to the turn here, Seattle hard-ridden third last. Castletown second last, and Diamond Bases last. Up to the turn, Tiaco Nick and Frontier Boy together. 3 in front of the Phantom running on. Then Drum Taps over on the inside, Marrakesh and Far both making up good ground. In the straight, it's Tiaco Nick by a length. Frontier Boy second, Marrakesh the third, 3 lengths away Fra. Then the Phantom Vintage Crop is running on, and then Drum Taps. Down to the 300, Tiaco Nick a length in front of Frontier Boy. 3 away Vintage Crop starting to storm home from Tennessee Jack. Tiaco Nick in front. Vintage Crop is storming home on the outside. Vintage Crop on the outside grabs Tiaco Nick and Mercator, and the Cup is going back to England. And Vintage Crop has won the Melbourne Cup by 3 lengths to Tiaco Nick and Mercator. Then Great Vintage rushing home for fourth. Close up in the field was Tennessee Jack, Frontier Boy. Then Drum Taps, Every Chance, Marrakesh. Fra next time Azam. Sub-Zero, Cavalieri. Well back in the field, the Phantom, Young Pirate, Air Seattle. Castletown, Dancing Lord. Then Silk Ali, Slight Chance. Ultimate Aim, and Diamond Bases has finished at the tail without Tristolite. Vintage Crop has won the Melbourne Cup for Michael Kinane. We heard all about you, and he did not let us down.
Well, he just outstayed them, Danny. He was just far too good. The Phantom had every chance. Drum Taps had a beautiful run. This horse just seemed to relish the going, and he just worked right away. He was brought along at the right time by Michael Kinane. There he is. They look beautiful, both these horses in the mounting yard. And Vintage Crop, what a great win.
6, 5 and 10. Vintage Crop will pay $16.80 and $5.50. Tiaco Nick, $14.90. What a gallant run. And Mercator, $30.70. And the trifecta will be a mammoth dividend.
Mike, your first ride at Flemington. Yeah, be hard to beat this one. There's about 80 or 90,000 people here today, Mike, and you came over here and the good judges said you could win, the good judges said you couldn't win. But you had a good run all the way?
Yeah, nice run. I was following Frankie on Drum Taps, and Frankie suddenly dropped away before the home, and Once I got the racing room, I was happy, you know. I was always going to win then.
Yeah, Mike, it's opened up the Melbourne Cup to the world now, isn't it? An international race.
Ah, well, the country's becoming a small place. I think it's the right way. It makes everything...
I think it is, and also that we've a $2 million race. Is this your biggest one?
I think it's close to it, yes. It is, because it's today.
Well, mate, this is going to be one of the most memorable times you'll ever have in any country you've ridden in. So you better go in there, enjoy it, and good luck, mate. And it's nice to see the Cup go overseas, and so hopefully next year we've got a lot more of you guys over here.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike.
John Letts with Mike Kinane, and what a training performance. Dermot Weld, they said he couldn't do it, Pete, but he did.
And to my staff.
Yes, well, Dermot Weld has just joined us now. He's been besieged by the media as we go live around the world, Dermot, and back to Ireland. What would you like to say to the folks back home?
Oh, it was a great day for Ireland, and I just want to thank everybody for their help and everybody here in Australia who's made me very welcome.
How confident were you going into the race?
I was quietly confident. When the 2 inches of rain came last night, I was concerned. The horse did lose 7 kilos travelling out here, which is considerable, but he put it back on, and on Sunday morning when he worked, I was very pleased with him.
Did you take any heart to the criticism that was given about the preparation and the fact that it wasn't the Australian way?
That doesn't worry me at all. I've trained winners all over the world, so I'm used to criticism, but I do it my way, and I'm quite happy.
Throughout the race, were you happy?
I was a little bit concerned over the far side. He got once or twice stopped, but overall I was happy.
Well, Drum Taps too, the other horse, ran a bold race as well. It truly is an international race now.
I've always believed it to be, and I've always wanted to come here and do it since I landed in Australia many years ago.
Do you think this will enhance the reputation of the Melbourne Cup overseas?
The Melbourne Cup will develop to be the international 2-mile race of the world.